Hey everyone, today topic is inspired by Natalia, and she is a fitness coach, and her daughter became 16 years old, and she asked us to do a video about what would we say to our 16 years old self if we would be able to go back. And I really love this topic, and I made a video for her, but I decided to do something else that is absolutely like advice to a real myself. So if I could go back in time and give advice to my 16 years old self, I would like to say your decision will create your destiny. Your decisions you make today, that will change your life in a bad way or a good way. And now I know where you are now. And that's why I can tell you, just make better decisions. I know you are suffering now. You are 16 years old, you are still at home. Your parents are drinking and you are scared because they are fighting. I know you are escaping from home time to time. And you don't know what tomorrow will bring. You don't know if you can eat tomorrow because your parents spend all the money for alcohol. I know you're scared because the aggression at home, they abuse you emotionally and physically. But I can tell you, this is just temporary. You're scared. I know you are. But this time is temporary and will pass. Maybe you don't feel now and you feel like it's forever you are in this situation because you are in this situation since you born. But you are 16 years old now. You are almost an adult. And this is a great time to change your mindset. If you change your mindset, you can change your whole life because you make better decisions. I know you are scared and I know you are hurting yourself physically because you don't want to feel this pain inside your heart. I know that. I know that when you hit the wall so hard, your hands are bleeding and your head are bleeding sometimes. But you can make better decisions. You can stop it right now. I know you have lots of feelings in you and you want to just give it out. I know you and I see you when you are crying. I see you in a bathroom when you're just crying under the shower. I see you when you're sitting on a floor in a dark room and just crying. And I know sometimes you don't want to leave. You don't want to live one more day. But just keep going. Kick out these thoughts from your head and from your heart. Because you are strong. Maybe you don't feel right now you are strong, but you are. I know. I'm here. And I just want to tell you, just keep going. Value yourself. Don't let anyone pull you down. You don't need to fight. You don't need to fight with other people. You just have to know in your heart you are valuable. You have to change your thoughts from the negative to the positive. And it's not just like positive thinking because that doesn't work. You have to change your mindset and your feelings. You have to know where you are now. This is temporary. And really soon, you can start to live your own life. And the decision you make, that will lead you a better or a worse future. Don't let people manipulating you. Never compromise. You know, your parents are drinking. They are addictive and they are really aggressive to you and to other people too. If you don't want to be same as they are now, you have to change your attitude towards alcohol. And you have to keep going. And as you already decided, you said you won't drink alcohol, just keep going this way. Be committed to yourself, because this will help you, and this will help you jump through obstacles. Always surround yourself with good people, with people who are lifting you up, who are always motivating you to do your best. And let these people who try to manipulating you out of your sight. Maybe in a school you cannot really get rid of them because they are there in a school, but you decide how much time you spend with them. Yes, maybe they understand you because they are in the same situation and your parents are also alcoholic, but maybe they make bad decisions, poor decisions, and they start to drink and use drugs. Keep yourself away from these people. They are not friends. They understand your problem. Maybe they cry with you because they feel the pain. But if you go out with them and eventually you start to drink with them, you never reach your goals. You know what is in your heart because you are a big dreamer. You dream about everything. Just keep going. Keep dreaming. But keep dreaming dreams you want to achieve, you want to reach. Because you will. The question is when. You have two dreams, I know. And I know how you reach them. You reached the first because you really wanted to reach that really fast. But the second one was always in your heart. You always liked to help people. But you didn't find the right way to help them. You help them in your way. But there is a better way, especially now. You are different options to help them. You can become a public speaker and you can become a coach earlier. You don't need to wait 30 more years. You don't need to wait 10 more years. You can start right now. And if you start right now, you can help more people. You can reach people all around the world. Because people need you. Those people who are suffering now, like you suffering right now. But some people never came out from this pit. Some people is still suffering after 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And these people need you. Yes, you are really young now. You are 16 years old. But if you break through, when you break through this obstacle, you can help other people. You are able to help them. Those people who just giving advice, they cannot reach them. They cannot touch their hearts, but you know where they came from. And you know the hardship they face every single day because you are in this situation right now. Would you like to help them? I know you want to. You feel hurt and you think like, how could I help? I'm in this really bad situation. I cannot even solve my own problem because I'm home and I cannot make own decisions about this. I'm still going to school. Yes, but this is just temporary. And if you learn and studying right now more than you do, because I can tell you, I know you don't study too much. I know you are tired because you are listening to this fight all night long, almost every night. But you can find time to study, to have better grades, and then you can go to better school. Or you can just, when you learn studying, I know you decided to go to work as soon as you can. Yes, that's good. You made a really good decision. But also you can make a good decision when you study more. And now, because of the internet, and you have internet, you can study anything. Study successful people. Study people who you want to become. Because when you study these people and you keep this in front of your eyes, you will change yourself and you can change the world. You can change it. Maybe you don't believe it because now you are suffering. But this is just temporary. Don't believe people who are just promising everything. And they promising always like, yes, I will be there on time, and they never there. Or don't ever trust in someone who is aggressive with someone else. If you meet a guy and aggressive with other people, that's a clue. You have to know, you should know, this person will be aggressive to you too. Maybe now is holding you in his hands and buying flowers and nice things to you and saying nice things to you and saying how he loves you, but you have to be aware there are clues. This person is aggressive to someone else. This person is always talking bad about other people. This person is aggressive when he's driving. Not just because just driving, but is always in stress. And this person hurts you. So know the clues. And when you met this guy in the future, because I know you will, when you are in 20s, just run away. I mean, you have to make a decision. And you can make a better decision. If you make a better decision and say no, then your life will be much better and easier. The other advice I would like to say, kick out the jealousy from your life right now. Because the jealousy, I can tell you now, I'm 44 now, but I know you were suffering with jealousy for a long period of time. But you could come out much earlier than you came out. You came out eventually, but you didn't need to suffer that long. And I can tell you have to come out. I can tell you have to come out from depression, panic attacks, jealousy. I came out. You came out. But you can come out easier. And everything is starting from here in your head. Because you feel down, you feel like you are not loved, you have bad thoughts, negative thoughts about you, nobody loves you, you are not good enough, and this leads you to depression. And you are in depression now. You are crying almost every day. But you can come out. You can acknowledge your feelings. You can acknowledge when the panic attacks came, when you cannot breathe, you feel like something heavy in your heart and you start crying and shaking. And when you start to shaking, stop it. Tell to yourself, no, don't go there. Don't go there. I'm stronger. I'm stronger. You have to kick yourself out from this stage, and you can do it. I know. I was there. But you don't need to suffer that long. You suffered. I suffered. Because that time you didn't make the good decision. But now, as I'm giving you advice, as my 16 years old self, I can tell you 100% you came out. And you didn't need to suffer for 20 years from jealousy. You came out depression earlier because you realized that you can decide not to go to depression. When you feel down and you feel like you just want to cry and do nothing, acknowledge it. Yes, I feel depressed. But then you can change your physiology, stand up, smile big, look up and say, no, I don't go there. I want a happy life. And I can live a happy life when I change myself and my thoughts. Get out from my head, depression. Get out from my head and my heart, anxiety. Get out from my heart, panic attack. Because when you feel the panic attack, when you feel like you cannot breathe, you can kick yourself out. Go to the bathroom and wash your face with cold water, as cold as you can, your neck, and say, don't go there. I don't go there. Stop shaking yourself. You can tell yourself to stop. I know, because I did the same way. Maybe sounds silly, but you came out from this depression and panic attacks in this way. And you remember, even when you were 16, sometimes you could change your physiology and you came out already a couple of times. And sometimes you are really scared and you don't know how to solve some problems and you're just shaking all the time and your legs are like moving like you don't know what to do, and you can tell to your legs to stop because your brain is really powerful. And when you tell something to yourself, your brain will listen. Your brain doesn't know if you think about something that's real or not. That's why you can give like an order to your brain. You learned it later on. I learned it later on, and that's why I can give you advice. I know when you change your physiology, when you feel depressed, you don't feel like you want to smile, but you have to change yourself. You can jump up, you can just do some jumping and you say, yes, I'm strong. Let's do some fun. I know you don't feel that way you want to jumping around, but if you do it, you never will be in depression. Same with jealousy. When you feel the jealousy, when this is really like choking you, like oh, and you feel really down and you feel worthless, you can say, no, I don't go there. Because if you go to the jealousy, you will suffer for it for 20 years. I know that, that's why I'm so serious about that. Better if you stop it now. You are 16 years old and you never need to be jealous. You learned it from your parents, you learned it from people around you. But you can say, no, I don't want to live my life with jealousy. If you have to jealous for a guy because talk to someone, he will leave you anyway and cheat on you. You don't need that guy anyway. So when you feel this way, jealousy, and you feel like, oh, you want to go to that girl and just slap it, then you can say, no, I don't go there. That's a beautiful girl. And I don't need to scare. I don't need to scare what happened, because if a guy loves me, he will love me and he will be around me all the time. You can be absolutely confident about this. And if you break through right now in this feeling, you will be happy, much happier in relationship. You can break through. And you know, the secret is when you have a bad feeling, this can be the jealousy or anxiety or fear, you can stop yourself and you can acknowledge first how you feel. You can say, yes, I feel this way, but I don't need to act according to it. I don't need to act the way as a jealous people act. Because when you were jealous, you always talk about that and bite your boyfriend about that he didn't do just because he talked to someone else, and that was a goal. But if you change your mindset about that and you say, no, I don't want to live rest of my life with this feeling, this choking feeling, and this wordless feeling, like I have to scare like how other people think, and you look at every beautiful or just a little girl with a angry, really angry eyes, I can tell you, if you do that and you have like this disgust in your face, your boyfriend won't love you more. You push this guy towards this girl because that girl is smiling and beautiful and kind, but you are like a really rude and really unlovable person. Do you want to be like that? Because you live that way, and that won't help you to be happy. If you want to keep the guy, you have to be the kind person. You have to be that who is jealous free. Even if you feel the jealousy, you don't need to show it. You don't need to show how you feel. You can act confidently, and you know that you are beautiful, you are lovable, and if you are really kind, this guy will be with you. He doesn't want the other person, he chose you to be with you. If he is flirting and cheating, just let it go. You don't need that person, but you have to be confident, because even if somebody loves you, you can push it away with an angry face, always like looking at the eyes and walking with the guy hand by hand and looking the eyes. He is looking that person, that girl or not, you will push him away. That's not a lovable person or likable. If somebody doing like that, would you like the same thing? If you walk along with your boyfriend and the boyfriend always just checking your eyes if you glanced on someone else, that's a horrible life to live. You really want the life to live the life like this? You don't want to. And you finally broke through, I can tell, because I am you. But you could came out much earlier and you could save 20 years of suffering. And the point when I realized this jealousy have to break through, that meant I have to do something against my feelings. If I felt jealousy, first, don't show it. Be confident, you know that yes, you are beautiful and you are good enough. Doesn't matter what other people think, you don't need to be jealous. Because if you smile and if you're kind, the person who is with you will like you more or love you more because who you are. And you don't need to show the feelings if you have any feelings. Sometimes arise some jealousy, you can push it, not push it down, you have to acknowledge it, that's a jealousy, and say, okay, I don't want this feeling. What kind of feeling do I want to experience instead? Do I want to be confident? Do I want to feel like I'm so beautiful, or I'm so, I don't know, just lovable? Then you can act according to it. And I hope you learn this now, because this is this was a main issue in our life. because you learned it from your mother and father, and you always blame them for 20 years. You are in this jealousy, you are in this or that feeling because of your parents. But you are growing up, and better to start right now as you are really young than suffering for 20 years. You remember for that really bad feelings, the jealousy, the depression, or a panic attacks. Do you want to live your life according to this for 20 years or 30, 40, 50? You don't want to do that. You had enough suffering so far. You don't need that. So kick them out and put on some really confident face and physiology, because this really can change your life. If you don't feel confident, this is about everything, not just about meeting a guy or being in a relationship. It is about everything, about job too, about your profession. The profession you will learn, you can be really confident even if you don't feel confident. In every area in your life, you can change your physiology and you can change how you feel. So in the future, when you get some job opportunity and you feel like, oh, I don't have enough experience, or I'm not good enough yet, doesn't matter. Somebody offered you something, at least try it. I don't really like to say like trying. I like to say like do it. Let's see what's happened. It's better to try it than not try it and regret it in the future, right? You don't need to regret 1 year, 10 years, 20 years or 30 years of living if you make a better decisions. So if you get that opportunity, first of all, you have to get ready. If you have a dream, you have to go for it. You have to study something every single day, even if it's just a little short time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but you have to keep going. And if you learn more and you are more committed, you will reach your goals much earlier. If you have a dream, you can reach it. Nobody can hold you back. God has a purpose for you. God has a really good plan for you. Maybe you don't feel now, and I know you are 16, and I remember you were so disappointed about God. You were asking, where are you, God? And you turned away from him. But he never turned away from you. You just didn't see him because you turned back to God. And God was behind you. That's why you couldn't see him. He never left you. You turned away. You wanted left him, but he was always there anyway. And along the way, you finally will turn back to him. And better way to turn back right now. Because what is happening to you right now in a family is really sad, but that wasn't God's will. God given free will for every single person, for you and for everyone. And unfortunately, some people are really mean and rude, do really bad things. The devil also do really bad things, and this is his plan to destroy everyone. God has a good plan for you, even if you don't feel it right now. God loves you. I know you feel like, no, God doesn't love me because I'm in this situation. That's not true. He will use this bad situation. This situation is not because of him. He didn't want this happened in your life. Bad things happen to good people and bad people. But you can decide if you trust in him or not, because he has a really, really good plan for you. But you have a free will too. and you can turn away from him. And he never will push you. He never will force you to love him. He never will force you to follow him. But he will gentle guide you, and you can decide if you believe him and you want to follow him. The decisions you make, that's really important every single day. And as you're getting older and older, maybe you will make different decisions. It's up to you. But you decide what kind of life do you want to live. Do you want to live a happy life? You have to make decisions, wise decisions, and asking yourself, is this will bring me closer to my goals? Is this decision will help me to live a happy life? If I choose this person, will I be happy? You can ask, what kind of person is this? Even friends, what kind of friends they are? You have to see that. Because you decide, and when you realize something is off, something is not right, you don't need to stay there forever. You can change your direction any single time, every day, until you are alive. And now I know, because I'm 44, you will live longer. You know, now you are just 16 years old. Next really important advice, save money. Save money, please. Start now. From the first salary you get, you will say like, that's not enough for anything. But this is, if you put away 10%, you will never be in financial situation, financial problem. Of course, something will arise, but if you put away 10% every single month, you can buy a house for yourself. You can travel the world. You can do whatever you want to. Just don't touch that 10%. You will be fine. I know. You learn this a little bit later, so that's why I came back and tell you, just start it now. If you start it now, you will be much happier and successful. Doesn't matter what is happening right now in your life. Even if you feel scared, just know that everything will be fine. And it's absolutely up to you and your responsibility how you live your life. Your responsibility, every single decision you make, the people you meet, the job you accept. Yeah, sometimes maybe you have to do some job you didn't want to, just because you have to keep going and get salary every single month to pay your rent and your bills. But you have to study every single day. Study positive people, study people who are successful, and you have a goal, you know what you want to be. Study those people, successful people, and it's easy. Just go on YouTube, and there are thousands and thousands of videos, and you just keep going and never stop. Doesn't matter if you cannot fly, that's I like to say now, then you can run. If you cannot run, you can walk. If you cannot walk, you can crawl, but keep going. Even if just a little bit, just keep going, never stop. Because if you stop, you will stuck. You will stuck for a long period of time. I know that because I was there. But if you keep going, little by little, you will go closer and closer to your goals. And I'm really grateful I could talk to you today. I can encourage you to live a happy and successful life. Remember where you are now and how you feel and live, that's temporary. And really soon, you will be able to change your life forever, for good. And this depends on you. It absolutely depends on you which direction you will go and which direction you will choose. Choose the right one. I'm really grateful I could talk to you. And I will come back later on and I will talk to you more about life. I love you.